Hey guys, another quick episode, Grassroots Dog Training. It's actually kind of my first Q&A session, so bear with me. I'm gonna read this to you guys, and I want you to stay tuned. If you haven't watched any of my videos, then you're gonna love this because, well, you're either gonna love me or hate me. Whichever it is, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm Maggie from Grassroots Dog Training. Yeah. Anyway, none of that stuff. We'll stop with that stuff. All right, here it goes. I signed up my 6-year-old boxer mix for a 6-week group class at a pet store that I won't mention here. I've only been to one session so far with her, but I'm not very impressed. Out of the last few years, she's become very verbally aggressive with other animals that come into my home. I recently fostered a few pups, and she ended up nipping them in the face. Luckily, there was no blood involved. So I'm really upset, but I don't quite know what to do. I would like to adopt another pup, and maybe do a little bit of dog fostering, something along those lines. But not quite sure. Bridget loves everyone, people-wise, but she's not food aggressive or toy aggressive or any of that stuff. I've asked several local trainers if they have any idea how they can help, and they mostly say that she's insecure. Then, of course, they want hundreds and hundreds of dollars to work with her. Yet, I'm on disability, and I have a budget, or I have to budget wisely, which we all do. Some of these trainers around here just sound like they were nutcases. Any suggestions? Discouraged and hopeful in Tennessee. I love the fact that you already sound like your cup is half full. So, I'm going to use that to my advantage as I get into the nitty-gritty of not necessarily what I think is going on, but a little spinny spin on how you can look at this information. Number one, usually when I'm helping people figure out if private lessons or a consultation versus just signing up for group classes, which one's the way to go, there's one question that I'll have everybody ask themselves. If you're interested in dog training, why? Is it because you're dealing with a specific issue? In this case, Bridget has issues with reactivity and being uncomfortable and insecure around other dogs. So that would be a big fat yes. Usually what that means is you need to go straight to a consultation with a reputable dog trainer. Now, reputable being a loose term these days in this industry. So I'm not going to go into all the fine details in terms of how to find a dog trainer because that's not exactly what we're talking about here. So point number 2 that I'd like to make is the cost effectiveness issue between the private lessons and the group classes, because I know the group classes, they feel so tempting because it's so cheap. And you just want to try to get help because it's expensive otherwise, as you mentioned. Here's the problem. You've got to look at the innate value of what you're actually getting out of that difference in the service and the quality of the service. What is the cost if you don't treat the problem or if you don't come up with a management strategy to prevent things from escalating and something even worse happening? I'm going to tell you guys a quick story, and this was actually going to be one of my stories I was going to tell for one of my dog diary episodes, but I'm going to lay it down really quick right now. One of the local people in my community at the local coffee shop approached me about 4 months ago because he was dealing with almost an identical problem with his particular dog. Now, he balked at the price. Woo, that's not quite what I was expecting. I'm going to choose to do nothing. Very recently, I found out that his dog, in fact, had an even bigger episode and caused over $2,000 worth of damage to the other dog in the household. And unfortunately, the dog in question was put down the same day. Now, that broke my heart, of course, because again, there's that idea of intrinsic value here. My third thing I wanted to talk about. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm going to slow down. Yep, we're going to do it. All right, here we go. So this is the third thing. I can't tell you for sure if this is what's going on, but I have a little inkling. When you have a dog that prefers the company of people, which it sounds like yours does, when dog people, the ones that want to do fostering and adoption and taking and helping dogs that are kind of unfortunate, yeah, the dogs, your personal dog, if you have one of those dogs that prefers the company of people, this is not going to be a good match for you also doing the fostering and adoption and working and dogs coming in and dogs going out. That whole dynamic it might not fly. So again, all the more reason to go out, find a professional and help you with that specific lifestyle, whatever you're dealing with your particular dog. Go out, invest. It'll be worth more than gold. Okay, discouraged and hopeful in Tennessee. I hope that I've given you a little bit more motivation to consider at least going the extra mile to find that one trainer that doesn't sound like the nut job, because they really might be able to help you. All right, till next time, guys. I'll do another Q&A soon.
I'm doing a funny dance at the end of my video. Won't you come back and enjoy another show with a grassroots dog training?